Okay, it says, Mr. Andre Dutoy, not detected. We're going to Italy.
Welcome to Milan Magrata International Airport Terminal 1, Italy.
We're Andre and Lisa. We quit our jobs in 2018 and started our life of full-time travel. 2020 COVID hit the world and we got stuck in South Africa. We spent our time creating the perfect travel destination filter, but now we're ready for the next adventure again.
You got like stuff in your face. Like, go look there. You got chocolate. Where you been eating chocolate?
Chocolate?
You got chocolate. You got like something over here.
What are you talking about?
Where? No, really.
Probably from kissing your ass so much. Not chocolate. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Welcome to Italy.
Benvenuti in Italia.
Look where we are. So if you watch our last video, you'll know that we left South Africa after 17 months being stuck in Cape Town, and we finally got an airplane and we made our way to Italy.
Yay.
Now, strictly speaking, Italy is open for leisure travel for some countries. Not if you come from South Africa, but because we have Italian citizenship, we were able to make it here, but it came at a price. We had to jump through a few whoops and we have to self-isolate for 10 days. Now, luckily for us, we got a pretty nice place to do it.
Not only the self-isolation, but I would just generally say that traveling for leisure purposes is very different to what we do. Being nomadic, we're actually looking at long-term moving on to a next destination and having options from there.
As we promised when we arrived at the airport, we're going to pick up our second video. Now, just on that topic, we are going to try and upload a weekly video as we go, sort of what we've been up to, what we're doing. We've got a few interesting things planning. We don't really know what we're going to do this year.
We have lots of plans. We just have no idea what is really feasible and most practical.
If you've been following us for a while, you know we long-term nomads and we don't have a home base at the moment. So we are full-time travelers and we just don't know what we're going to do this year. First step though is getting out of the self-isolation and then we'll take it from there. But that'll all be for the next video, whether we make it out of self-isolation or not, because we're actually going for our test tomorrow. Today is day 10. This video is all about recapping a little bit of what we've been up to for the last 10 days and show you what's going on when you're supposed to self-isolate.
We arrived at Malpensa Airport, traveling for the first time in 17 months. Everything went pretty smoothly.
That's all my last video. If you missed it, make sure you watch it. I'll link it up here. There was a few limitations on what we were allowed to do. We couldn't use public transport from the airport. Luckily, we have family here in Milan. We flew into Milan and someone picked us up. It was weird because we had to sit in the back of the car. We arrived in a town called Alzano Lombardo, which is part of the Bergamo region.
The house that we're staying in is actually a family stone cottage on the top of a hill in Alzano Lombardo. So we are not only self-isolating, but we're actually really, really isolated as well. It's really nice because we've actually stayed in this cottage before when we were in Europe in 2018 doing our camper van trip, and it was nice to arrive here, have a little bit of familiarity. Family left the place stocked with food and groceries and even a home-cooked meal for the first night.
It was a bit strange. We always feel so welcome when we arrive in Italy, and this time everybody wants to see us, but nobody can. We're allowed to. So
we literally had to wave at people from the car window just to be able to say hi as we drove into the town.
we really literally haven't seen a single person, which is strange. So it was great to get up in the early morning, next morning, nice and refreshed. I don't think there's actually been someone living here since we were
we've been here
last,
3 years ago.
So there was a few quirks. The family did a great job of preparing it for us, but as you can imagine, there was like a few things they just couldn't get to. Lisa was still sleeping and I was fixing the oven.
We knew that we could get the oven fixed. Andre likes a challenge.
It was worth a shot. And actually, I brought a bunch of tools with me from South Africa, so it was because we might buy a camper van.
It was quite entertaining unpacking our bags and finding things around the house that we'd left here 3 years ago after our camper van trip. If you are interested in camper vanning around Europe, make sure to have a look at our playlist on YouTube for our Europe 2018 camper van trip, where we visited 8 countries in Europe over 5 months and had a really incredible time.
Our YouTubing skills weren't not that they fine-tuned by now, but they were definitely way behind the curve. So I'll link them somewhere here. So what else did we do that day? Well, we kindly were left with a SIM card so we could get some internet access. Last time we got a SIM card, which we weren't very happy with, but we found some good deals on newish service provider here, which is called
Very.
It's very
And they
simple.
are very awesome, very simple, and so far, very
It's a
good.
great deal. For €8 a month, you get 100 gigs of data. It's unlimited phone calls, SMSs in Italy. And if you leave Italy and you travel in the EU, they give you, I think, 3.3 gigs per month of that quota to use. And normally when we travel, we budget around $1 a day for the two of us. So $30 a month on average. And to get something for, say, 16 euros, which is $20, give or take, to have 200 gigs worth of data is phenomenal.
It's just crazy. You can also get a cheaper package, by the way.
We ordered a few other things. Although the family left us with quite a bit of food, we realized we need to put some insect screens, mosquito screens on some of the windows.
And I wanted a bigger coffee pot because although we love Italian-style coffee, we don't like to drink only a little espresso.
I think we have to get used to, actually, because we do drink black coffee only, but making espresso-style coffee...
It's delicious. We just want more.
I just want more. Apart from that, we enjoyed just being out. Yeah, that's one of the nice things, actually, about isolating on the mountain. We didn't have to be locked inside a room. We actually can wander around the hill a bit. So there's at least like this very steep mountain track and we can walk up and down. So we went a nice little walk uphill.
But it's so nice to have long days again and to be able to go for a walk at 9 p.m.
Well, we actually arrived from South African winter.
The sun was setting at around 6 p.m.
Before 6. It was 5:45, and you can imagine only it rises after 8 now. So here, suddenly it's light early morning.
Day 3, the first priority of the day was to call and announce ourselves or register ourselves as having entered the country. Within 48 hours of our arrival, we had to make a telephone call. So with a little bit of fuss and a bit of a struggle understanding automated Italian answering machine, we managed to get it done.
Collegato con il centralino di ATS della città metropolitana di Milano. Se sei un cittadino, chiede il sanitario regionale rilascio CRS, carta dei servizi. Intenzioni?
The best part is you had to speak to 2 people for a long time, and then we had to do it online anyway. It worked out well at the end. We managed to register ourselves with a minute to spare.
I think so. I think we had 10 minutes to spare. For the rest of the day, we just had a look online for a couple of groceries, things like that. We wanted to place an order, but we didn't have a car yet because we have to actually collect the groceries a kilometer down the hill at the front gate. But luckily that evening, my uncle called and he said the following day he was bringing us a car. He was also going to do grocery shopping for us.
But that did not stop us from placing our own grocery order the next day because Lisa was short on chocolate. Day 4. After reporting ourselves to the ATS, we got the emails in the morning that we now officially registered, so that was all cool.
And that was when we realized that our arrival day of Sunday, which we thought was day 0, was actually day 1.
Not that it made much of a difference because they also informed us this, we go for a test, but you're not allowed to do anything else until you get the results. And the results could take 2 days. So effectively, you could be in isolation for 12 days.
Yes.
If all goes according to plan, we're going to go there tomorrow and we're going to take it from there. But you have to watch the next video. You know, once we have tested and it comes clear, we can start hunting around for vaccine reservations. They got this online booking system, but we're saving that now until we have a bit more clarity on our negative test. For now, it's just to get through our isolation. So we kept ourselves busy. We realized that we need to upgrade some of the perimeter fencing.
Because we are so isolated up on the mountain that we have a little bit of wildlife coming to us. How's the chores going this morning?
Yeah, lots of goat poop. Haven't seen the goats yet, but we know they're here. They come here when it's raining. Found an old piece of fence behind the house. Try and make it work. Let's see how it goes. There's a bunch of goats here that they make a real nuisance of themselves. There was this, how can I say, temporary fencing placed in places, but it doesn't quite work because it doesn't allow us access around the house. So we improvised some gates. Right after that, we received a whole bunch of groceries via online order. What else did we receive?
We received our coffee pot.
Yes.
So we could have lots of coffee, and that gave us energy. Install the mosquito screens, which we also received, or the netting.
That turned out to a bit of more of a challenge than expected, but so worth it. I can tell you, we were here in summer 2018, and man, the mosquitoes, they got these tiger mozzies, they carry you around, and if you can't open a window at night, you're dying here. But
we know what's
early,
coming.
It's still early. It's going to get hot. August, yeah, we don't know if we're going to be here in August. Well, we'll see, I guess. There was something else happened that night.
Oh, yes.
Emergency water situation.
That was a little bit more unexpected. I got this call from my cousin, an emergency, that we have to switch off the water pump immediately.
There's quite a complicated water system on this mountain. There's a pump high up the hill with a reservoir. I don't really know how it works, but the problem is if the water doesn't make it here, the pump burns out. We weren't completely without of water, but there was no water to the second floor where the bathroom is. So hot water because we had to switch the boiler off. Moving forward to day 5, so I think we skipped exercising because we weren't too scared of getting sweaty because we couldn't take a shower.
So instead we decided we needed to relax and create more of a nice relaxation zone.
Put some hammocks up. We received our first online groceries. Very cool, actually. Yeah.
I must say, it was very efficient.
Cool.
Okay, very exciting. We've just received a phone call and our first grocery delivery is ready at the bottom of the gate. But we first need to drive down a 1 kilometer very windy steep road to be able to get to the gates to get our groceries. It's really going to be very interesting. Oh, look at this box. Oh my gosh.
Okay, almost the bottom. Okay, grocery delivery done. We didn't switch the camera on. Oops. And because Lisa didn't switch the camera on, she has to carry all the groceries into the house.
Because Andre didn't switch the camera on. Well, he's going to carry them all anyway.
I'm going to carry it all anyway.
Whether you had or hadn't switched the camera on.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of online grocery shopping. I like to walk into a shop, and Italy's selection is so amazing. And we finished installing our mosquito nets that morning. And
that was
fresh.
really exciting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we still had no water. We definitely needed to have a shower, so we had to improvise a little bit on the shower
Sorry,
situation.
there's bugs. This is the advantage of disadvantage living on the hill. Bugs in your face. Yeah, we had to have a cold outdoor shower. I just helped Lisa out a little bit.
Yeah, what the hell is it? What the okay. Stop over here.
The funny story is, after the fact, we actually rigged the permanent shower outdoor.
That's true. When I came back from my run this morning, all I wanted was a nice outdoor cold shower. On day 6, we started taking a look online at the vaccine appointments that are available, and we also had a look at some online campers, shops to see secondhand campers. What we did realize is that everything that we plan going forward is dependent upon the date that we get our first vaccine and which vaccine it is, and how long till the second shot, until we get our green card, etc., etc. So everything's just up in the air, and we aren't going to plan any further until we have that.
We just don't know anything.
We have that booked.
We don't know. We'll have to just take it week by week as it is now. Today's going to be more relaxed day. I want to try and get booking for our COVID vaccines. We've got this online registration system, but it seems pretty potluck. Press a button and it shows you what's closest available to you. Now, ideally, we want to book the same time for both of us. And we don't want to drive an hour and a half to get to a place. I thought she's doing yoga, but I guess it's just chilling yoga. Some coffee.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, I'm going to make some coffee.
I did walk up and down the hill that day a couple of times.
Yeah, we had a few odd random deliveries. The thing with Amazon is they ask you, do you want to bundle all your deliveries? And say, yes, please. And then they come in drips and drabs over
Every
days.
single item got delivered separately.
Sure. Apart from that, it was a very relaxing day.
And it was Friday.
Oh, yes, because we have a tradition of having pizza on Fridays and watching a movie. And we had wine. Really, Italians might not approve of my pizza making techniques.
Friday night cannot be Friday night without pizza.
Hey, what's happening here in the kitchen? We always make pizza on a Friday.
Yes. So, but this is a strange kitchen, strange utensils, strange everything. So we'll see how this works out. I don't know. Pizza though, I don't think it's going to make anybody proud, but here's what it is. There's just a little bit of garlic. Because, you know, garlic's good antioxidants for the Rona. So we got some smoked, what do they call it here?
Pancetta.
Pancetta affumicato. Is that right?
Very good.
Artichokes and some sun-dried tomatoes. So we're going to put this guy together in a minute. We got all the stuffies, get this on. Okay, so we're just going to build our own from some pasta pulp or tomato pulp. Okay. We have to put some oregano. Because there's not. See, that's what
Smells Italian.
Oh yes. Speak it to the Italian. Italian fior di latte.
Oh, it looks so authentic Italian.
Nice, this pizza is looking like it's a business by now. Now we're just going to put the banana on and the pineapple.
Funny man.
Forgot the banana and the pineapple. We make it a real pizza. This guy's going to go in the oven. So very simple. Oven on full whack. Right at the bottom. Woo, hot. Fingers crossed. 10 minutes and we'll see what it looks like. In the meantime, get the dishes done. Yeah, assistant. Scrub up, scrub up. Oh no, we have time for operation. Pizza time. Okay, but there's smoke coming, it's a good sign, I think.
Man, I'm so that looks good.
Looks like a pizza to me. Not bad, eh?
I think you deserved your wine.
Yes, please. First pizza in Italy, and it's not an Italian pizza. But don't tell anybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Day 7. Okay, day 7 we were starting to feel guilty. Lisa's much better. She does yoga in the mornings, but I keep working around the garden, around the house, and I get so sore, and I run down the hill. So I went for a proper morning run.
Yeah, we went for a proper run that morning.
That was a bad idea because it's just like this, like this.
Good morning. Today is day 7. As much as we're not allowed to go out the gate, we really need to get some exercise. So up to now, I've really been only doing some yoga. Yesterday, I sort of inadvertently went for my first run up and down the hill. And it actually wasn't that bad. So this morning, and we're going to attempt running down and up this mountain a couple of times.
Can't even walk straight, never mind run. Should we go check this hill out? Ready? Okay. It's going to be a shock to the system. Yeah, the problem with this hill situation is that it's so steep you can't actually run here. It's about 800 meters down to the bottom of the gate of the entrance of the property, and that's the only space we have to operate at the moment. So we're just gonna briskly make our way up and down without injury, hopefully. And then see if we survive it. Okay, let me show you what it looks like.
Jesus Christ.
Huh? Okay, that was the easy part, eh? Oh, you have to make it all the way up. I'm not even breaking a sweat yet. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, bite. Oh, you're talking to me? Apparently I have to take it slow. I haven't actually run in a long time.
I know it's coming.
It's just before we left. Hurt my knee, and I pulled my back carrying all these heavy suitcases. So I'm a bit aerobically unfit at the moment. But let's see how it goes. This is hard work. Ooh, look at this steepness situation here, man. This is not exactly a good way to get back into running, but it's a workout. Walk in the park, she said.
It's a lot more difficult going up.
I tell you, getting there. You go ahead, I'll catch up. I need the rest of this hill, but that's good stuff.
It's hectic.
Okay.
Average heart rate 150.
How about a cold shower?
I worked. Cold shower sounds very good.
Let's go.
The run was one thing, but as soon as we got back, Andre got stuck into the garden doing more tasks, and I think that's what might have actually been more exhausting than the run.
This is a funny thing because normally I'm used to when I come back from running, all sweaty. What else can I do while I'm sweaty? You know? So I said, okay, I'm just going to clear the steps here that we come down into the garden. Then I realized, well, actually, it's very overgrown. Let me just clear out the overgrown bushes here. And then I realized this is a portion of old fence still hanging here for the goats. And I don't like staring at that, so let's try and move that away our sight. I see I'm all sweaty. I'm just going to clean this little pathway up a bit. The contraption behind you must also be cleaned a bit.
Gosh, it seems like a slightly bigger job than I thought.
You know, it's like just putting out one thing and the rest follows. It might take a while. The mosquitoes don't eat me alive.
Eesh. But it's looking good. Okay, so while I've gone and had a lovely shower and I'm nicely dressed and clean and having my first coffee of the day, Andre's little gardening mission is becoming the next mission. This is the problem when you get stuck in with one thing. It always leads on to the next. You're still all sweaty and dirty.
I need a bigger drill. Always need bigger drills.
Show us where the fence is going to go.
Oh, for that tree there is a fence already, so we're going to attach it to that fence there. Run this way past that tree to this corner here, and we'll just weigh the bottom down some logs. I think it might work. All cleaned up. Whew. And job's done. Now you can see what it looked like. It looks like after the fact. A little bit better. Got a bit of work to do here. So we moved the fence from here down to there. And I guess we'll see. Must the goats come through here or not? There's one unknown at the moment. That's whether they can make it up on this side, but we don't think so. It's very thorny and bushy and steep, and I guess we'll see. Alright, that's job's done for the day. Day 7. Not too bad. Whew, it's 1:30, time for coffee. Breakfast at 1 p.m, but there was at least an excuse why I was so bloody sore the next day. I couldn't walk.
Luckily, that morning our water was also restored, so at least after that we could have a proper shower.
The weather turned a little bit, so there's a bit of rain, so it was a good excuse to just laze around a little bit.
Well, I woke up to these beautiful church bells that you can hear in the background here as well.
Yeah, it was a relaxed day. We cut some hair.
And it was a rainy day once again.
Yeah, we just lounged around, did some caught up with some admin. Good morning. Welcome to day 8 of self-isolation. 8 o'clock, Sunday morning. Listen to the church bells. They're saying,
Wake up, you lazy buggers.
get your butt to church. Repent. On the hour, it's quite interesting to hear this church bells. They keep reverberating along the villages.
It's beautiful sounds of the church bells and the birds up here. It's really lovely.
Okay, so let's go for a run.
Oh, let's go back to bed.
There's your mom. Good morning. Thunder. Still day 8. It's been raining the whole day. Did a quick hair trimmings this morning. Oh, it looks semi-human again. Now we're doing some laptop clubbing inside. Let's see what this is up to. Hello, Lisa. Say hello to my little friend. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's getting late in the afternoon, and I don't think the weather's improving much, so we'll hang out and we'll try again tomorrow. Day 9 came rapidly. We actually received our SIM cards we ordered, and we activated one of them. We'll do the activation for the other card later this week, and we'll show you what it looks like.
I spent the most of yesterday doing a bit of homework about becoming residents here in Italy.
We're thinking of obviously buying a vehicle here. We need to. So for you to be able to register a vehicle, you need to be a resident. Now, it's a long story, but we'll get into that in another video, I think. Hey?
I think so. Towards the later afternoon of yesterday, I started feeling a little bit feverish.
It's too much red wine.
It's not enough chocolate.
No, Lisa's a bit of a, how can I say? Good morning. Today is day
9.
Day 9, Monday the 5th of July. We're down a spot of cleaning up in the back here and some washings. Supposed to be warmer today. We're expecting a couple of deliveries today, and that's about it, eh? But we're first gonna have a spot of breakfast.
Good morning.
What are you up to today?
First things first, having a nice breakfast, and then today hopefully we're gonna just get some exercise, running back and forth to the gate, getting deliveries and grocery shopping.
We did realize that this running up and down the hill for exercise seemed like a terrible idea, because some of us can't walk so well afterwards. But we got one more day of lockdown, and then we're gonna go for our test, and hopefully after that we're gonna go exercise for real. Temperature taking. That bad. Now I have that kind of effect on ladies, but I really hope you don't have a fever, because we are going for our COVID test in 2 days. And we've been in isolation for what, 9 days? So it's impossible. Nah, it's your imagination. See though. You're sort of, well, that's a bit high. I'm sure 37.2 is still perfectly normal. Shall we look it up?
I think it's very, very borderline. I'm sure it's not supposed to be over 37.
What are we looking for? What is a fever? What causes a fever? What are the symptoms of a fever? Normal body temperature ranges from 36.4, 37.2. You're borderline. Okay, you think you'll pull through?
I really hope so.
If you don't, I'm saving that bottle of Lambrusca for myself on day 10.
Okay, that's just you. Definitely feel a bit warm. Okay, what do they say?
They say if you're warm, you need to hold your body against me.
I've been monitoring my temperature now for the last few months.
Maybe it is just because it's hot out. Okay, day 10. Today!
Yay!
This is still alive, so fever false alarm. What did we do today?
Well, today today is a bit of a strange day, to be honest.
I built an
because
outdoor shower. A proper
yes,
outdoor
you did.
shower. I worked a little bit around the house. A little strange day. We both feel the anticipation, I
Well,
think.
I think the odd thing is that today's day 10. It's our final day of isolation. But the
Yeah.
truth is, it doesn't mean anything because tomorrow we have to go for our test.
Still
We
back
have to
here.
test negative, and then we come back here and wait for our result. We're not allowed to go anywhere else until we get that negative result.
You guys will have to wait until the next video. And as always, thanks for watching. Like I said before, we're going to try and upload a video at least once a week. And we'll probably fit in a few odd videos in between. Like
We're planning a day trip to Milan.
3 years ago, I did a video on grocery shopping in Italy. I'll link to it here. I received a lot of flack because I called it a mid-range supermarket from the Italians. So let's see how we're going to do more than one video.
We'll be
More-
sure to get our classification of the supermarkets
right,
correct
you're right.
as to what is
Yeah.
budget, what is mid-range
Exactly.
and not. But please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so that you know when we've uploaded our next video, and give us a like or leave us a comment. We really appreciate it.
Give us some advice here. We're sort of in the northern part of Italy. We haven't got much plans. So
Tell us if there's something you want us to go and see or go and do. We have all the time in the world.
We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Ciao.
I'm being kept on a short dish.
Well, if you behave well, I'll give you a long leash.
Help! Somebody out there, help!